Alright, so question number 11. So this question, again a quadratic equation. This question is a bit different, so from the past past papers that we have done, right? So they have given some polynomials. Fx equals x squared minus alpha x plus 1 into x squared minus beta x plus 1. That is fx, then gx is given as 6x to the power 4 minus 35x to the power 3 plus 62x to the power 2 minus 35x plus 6. Right? Then they have given hx as x to the power 4 plus x to the power 2 plus 1. Right now? Then they are saying, so that's important learning from here. Then they are saying, if both fx equals 0 and gx equals 0 have the same roots, right? Show that the quadratic equation with alpha beta as its roots is 6x squared minus 35x plus 50. Right now? So now they say they have the same roots, right? So these two these two functions have the same root. So one important learning is that if they have the exact same roots, right? These two equations can be can be written in some sort of way of a constant, right? To make these two equations identical, because the factors are same, right? So there can be a multiple that differentiate these two, right? So remember that point. That is very important. You know, this point is hardly ever used in our subject matter, right? So but this is very important. It's very logical. It's very important, right? So keep this in mind. So that's how I'm going to do, right? So they are asking. So what are they asking? They are asking, show that the quadratic equation with alpha beta as roots, right? So when I start the question, I know that I need to write the equation of alpha beta. As in, I need to write the quadratic equation where roots are alpha beta. Then what should come to your mind is that what you call the equation of roots alpha beta is going to be x squared minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta equals 0. Right now? So now we need to find, right? We need to somehow find what you call a equation that will satisfy this, right? So either you have to find alpha beta separately, or either you should find this combination alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Either way we have to find. So that is how I approach the sum. Okay. So I know that I have to either find alpha and beta separately, or find alpha plus beta and alpha. This is how I approach the sum. Right, so keeping this in mind, I'm going to do the sum. Right, so write this down. Right, so let's do this now. Then, right, so as I said before, now since fx and gx have same roots, right, this fx gx can be written as in terms of a constant of fx. Right, now that is clear now, right? So now when you compare coefficients of x4, then lambda should be equal to 6. That is crystal clear, right? So then we'll continue with that finding. So that is 6 times 6x4 minus 35 x cube plus 62 x squared minus 35 x plus 6 is equal to 6 times x squared minus alpha x plus 1 times x squared minus beta x plus 1. Right, so I'm going to expand this out. X to the power 4 minus beta x cube plus x squared minus alpha x cube plus alpha beta x squared minus alpha x plus x squared minus beta x plus 1. Right now, so then I'm going to cluster the things out. So then right now, so then what I'm going to do here is cluster this out. Then 6 times x4 minus alpha plus beta x cube minus alpha plus beta sorry, then x squared 2 plus alpha beta minus alpha plus beta x plus 1. Right, so now you can compare the coefficients, right? So now we know this, so now we can compare the coefficients and get an answer, right, in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So write this down for the moment, right? Right, so then we have to compare the coefficients now. So now if you compare the coefficients, now x4 is already done, then x cube. So x4 was done for the initial thing, no? Right? So that is how you got a 6 here. Then for x cube, this is going to be minus 35. This is going to be 6 times alpha plus beta. So you get alpha plus beta as minus 35 over 6. I don't know, this is going to be minus 6 alpha plus beta. So there is no minus, be plus. Then you take x square, that is going to be 62, positive 62. This is going to be 6 times 2 plus alpha beta. So this is going to be 12, 12 minus 62 is 50, 52. That is going to be alpha beta will be 50 over 6. Right now, then so now we know alpha plus beta and we know alpha beta. So now if you remember, now we can actually write the equation down, because we know the addition of the roots and the multiplication of the roots. So simple now. So the equation of roots alpha beta will be x squared minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta equals 0. So x squared minus 35 over 6 x plus 50 over 6 0. So I am going to multiply the whole thing by 6. So then I will get the answer I want, correct? Yes. 35x plus 50. Right now. Right, so now we have this equation. So they are saying hence find all the roots of the equation gx now. So there is a hence part here, right? So that means we need to use this now, right? So there's no obvious straight away application, right? So what I'm going to do here is, I know that the what you call the roots of this is alpha beta, right? So I'm trying to find the roots of alpha beta, right? That is because now gx, right? The roots of gx, as I said before, is 6 times fx now. But they have already given fx now. Now fx is given as 2 quadratic equations. So that is basically our work half done, right? So that is why I'm trying to find alpha beta here, so that then I can straight away substitute into the fx. So and gx is 6 times fx, correct? So then I can easily find the factors of a quadratic equation. So it's basically two quadratic equations. So that is the thinking of this thing, okay? That is why I am trying to find alpha beta. Okay? Right. So then let's find this alpha beta. So now I am going to write this down. So 6x squared minus 35x plus 15. So I am going to see how we can take this 35. So 6 times 50 can be written as, so 3 times 2 into 50, 5 times 10. Right. So 3, 5, 2, 10. That means 3 times 5 is 15 into 22. So 15 plus 20 is 35. So I am going to take that approach. 6x squared minus 15x minus 20x plus 50 equals 0. So I am going to take 3x here. So 2x minus 5 minus 5, no, minus 10. Minus 10, which is 2x minus 5. That means 3x minus 10, 2x minus 5 equals 0. Then then you can find x now. X is 10 over 3 or x is 5 over 2. Right, so I'm going to name these. So I'm going to name this as alpha beta. Alpha is 10 over 3, beta is 5 over 2. Right, so now we know alpha beta. No? Right, so now we know alpha beta. So that is what I wanted. Then I can actually substitute gx now, right? Then I can substitute gx. Gx is 6 times fx now. That means 6 times x squared minus, so alpha is this, minus 10 over 3 plus 1 x squared minus b is 5 over 2 x plus. Right, so what I need now is I need to find the factors of these, right? So let's do that as well. So I'm going to break this 6 into 3 and 2. 3 times 2. So 3 times x squared minus 10 over 3. Sorry, x is there. X plus 1 into 2 times x squared minus 5 over 2x plus 1. Then I will get 3x squared minus 10x plus 3 into 2x squared minus 5x plus 2. Right? So write this down for now. Right? So then we will get, okay, so we come up to here. Now we need to find the factors of this now. So now when you find the factor, so you can straight away find the factors at what? 3x minus 1 and 1 into 3 no, so that is x minus 3. Is it correct? Right? Yeah. So then we can get here 2 and 2 is 4, so 2x and x is there. This is going to be minus 2 minus 1. Right? So now if you all y'all can either get this straight away or basically find the factors, no problem. So if you are going to find the factors, what you are going to do here is what write this down as 3x squared. 3 times 3 is 9, so 9x minus x plus 3. Because 2 times 2 is 4, so 2x squared minus 4x minus 6 plus 2. Then you can get 3x, so 3x minus 3 minus x minus 3, then 2x x minus 2 minus x minus 2. Then you can get 3x minus 1 x minus 3, 2x minus 1 x minus 2. Right, so either way which is faster for all, do that, right? Okay. So then basically this is the answer. So this is basically gx. So the roots will be x equals 1 over 3, 3, 1 over 2, right? Right, so now we are done with this now. So let's go to part 2. So what does part 2 say? Part 2 says if fx is equal to gx, find the possible values of alpha beta and show that the roots of the equation hx are not real, right? So the roots of the equation of hx are not real, right? So let me rewrite what this fx and hx is. So fx is x squared minus alpha x plus 1, x squared minus beta x plus 1, then hx is what? X to the power 4 x squared plus 1. Right now? So now the alpha beta values we found before are not the values here. That is different. So we need to find the alpha beta values here, right? So they are saying these two are equal. That means so now in the previous in the part 1 we have simplified this. So the simplification was what? x4 minus alpha plus beta x cube plus 2 plus alpha beta x squared minus alpha plus beta x plus 1 equal to x4 plus x squared plus 1. Right, so I'm just going to continue the exact same way. So I'm going to compare the x3 power x to the power 3. That means alpha plus beta is going to be 0. That means alpha is going to be minus beta. Then x squared I'm going to compare. That means 2 plus alpha beta is going to be 1. Right, so that means alpha beta is going to be minus 1. So then I know alpha, so I can write beta as minus alpha now. So alpha minus alpha will be minus 1. So minus alpha square is going to be minus 1. So alpha square is going to be 1. Right? That means alpha is going to be plus or minus 1. Right now? So if alpha is going to be plus or minus 1, the corresponding b value is going to be minus. So the minus of this one. Right? So that means beta is going to be minus or plus 1. Right now, so if I tell you in more detail, when alpha is 1, beta is going to be minus 1. When alpha is minus 1, beta is going to be positive 1. Right? Okay. So write this down. Right, so now we know the alpha betas. Then we need to find hx, right? So sorry, the roots of hx. No? Okay, so since hx is equal to fx, so x can be written as. So now let's consider. So x can be written as this. No? Right. So now let's consider when the possibilities now. So when alpha is equal to plus 1, this will be minus 1. When alpha is equal to minus 1, this will be plus 1. So either way this will come to the same thing. Right? So that is one thing you need to understand here. So then we can proceed with the sum. So I'm going to take when alpha is equal to plus 1. So that means x plus 1. So then this part will be right now. So here I'm going to take this as kx. I'm going to take this as mx, right? So now for this to have what do you call to, so now this says show that the roots of the equation hx are not real now, right? So now they are so in our curriculum we just don't do the quadratic equation stuff, right? So what I'm going to do here is I am going to prove that this has a, so this part has what do you call roots that are not real, or basically imaginary roots, right? So then two of the roots are imaginary. Here also I am going to prove the same thing. So then we will have 4 imaginary roots. So 4 roots which are not real. So that is my thinking of this, right? So now if I do that, right? So then I am going to take delta kx. So now what is delta now? Delta is b square minus 4ac. Right, so I am going to take delta kx here. That is minus 1 square minus 4 1 1. That means 1 minus 4 is equal to minus 3. So this is less than 0. Right now, so that is less than 0. Then we take delta mx is going to be 1 square minus 4 into 1 plus 1, 1 minus 4 into minus 3 less than 0. Right, so what does this say? This says therefore roots of kx are not real and roots of mx are not real. Right? Therefore roots of hx are not. Right? Understood? Right, so let's go to then part B now. So part B says part B says so they have given a fx. They have given fx as 2x to the power 4 plus lambda x cubed plus delta x plus 1. Right? Then they are saying where lambda and delta are real constants, given that if minus half is 0 and if minus half is 0 and if minus 2 is 21. Right? So find the two linear factors of fx. Right? Okay? So now by these two things, so there are two unknowns, we can find the two unknowns. Right? So then after that we have to find the linear equation. So let's first of all find the unknowns here. Right? That is the lambda and delta. Okay? So it's basically we need to equate now. If minus half is what? 2 times to the power 4 lambda minus power 3. Right now? So now because this is going to be 4, right? This whole part is going to be positive. I'm going to cut one of these off. So 2 to the power 3 is going to be minus 6, 2 to the power 3. Oh, this is not 6, this is lambda. This is minus delta over 2 plus 1 is going to be equal to 0. Right, so I'm going to multiply by 2 to the power 3. That means what? That means 8, no? Right? So I'm going to multiply by 8. So that's going to be 1 minus lambda minus 4 delta plus 8 is going to be equal to 0. Right, so I'm going to get 9 equals delta plus, lambda plus 4 delta. This is equation number 1. So then I will take if minus 2, no? That means what? 2 times minus 2 into the power 4 minus 2 to the power 3 delta minus 2 plus 1 equals to 21. Correct, no? Then I will get, what will I get? So now here this is going to be minus 2 to the power 4 is going to be positive, so positive times 2 is going to be 32, no? 32 minus 8 gamma minus 2 delta plus 1 is going to be equal to 21. So 1 minus 21 is going to be 20. So 20 minus 32 is going to be 16. That means 16 is going to be equal to 8 gamma plus 2 delta. Right? That means this will come up to 8 equals 4 gamma plus delta. Right? Is it correct? 32, so 20, 20 minus, so sorry, is 12, no? Is 12. It's going to be 6. Correct, no? Right, so write this down. Right, so now we need to, so we have two unknowns, two equations, so we can find delta and gamma. Right, so we have these two. So then I'm going to multiply this by 4 and write this down. So 60 gamma plus 2 dash. Right, so what I'm going to do is what? I'm going to 2 dash minus 1. So that means 24 minus 9 equals 16 gamma minus gamma, that is going to be 15 equals 15 gamma, so gamma is going to be equal to 1. Right, so then I'm going to use here, so second one, 6 equals 4 times 1 plus delta, so delta will be equal to 2. Right now? Then what are we going to do? So then they are asking Then they are asking us to find the two linear factors of fx, no? Right. So now fx is what? Fx can be written as now 2x to the power 4. So gamma is going to be 1 x cube 2 x plus 1, right? So they have given, so now they have actually made the sum easier. So they have given that f minus half is going to be equal to 0. So from the factor theorem you know that x plus half is a factor of this equation, of this function, right now? So since is 0, from the factor theorem x plus half is a factor of fx, right now? So now we need, so basically we know one of the linear factors, right now? So they are asking find the two linear factors. So this is one of them. So we can actually use the synthetic division and get the following thing. So then in that in the other thing, what do you call, the other multiplier, we will get a linear factor, at least one. So they are asking 2, so there should be 1. So write this down. Right, so let's continue. So I'm going to rewrite what fx is. So fx is going to be what? Fx 2x to the power 4 plus x cube plus 0x square, no? 0x square plus 2x plus 1. So now I wrote this down because I need to use this for synthetic division. So 2, 1, 0, 2, 1. So that means, so I'm going to take minus half. So 2. So 2 times minus half is going to be minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 is going to be 0. 0 times thing is going to be 0. So 0. 0 times is going to be 0. 2. 2 times 1 is going to be minus 1. So 0. So basically 2x cube plus 2 is the other whole factor, no? Right? So then what? So then fx, we can rewrite that as x plus half 2x cube plus, so I'm going to take 2 out. Out x cube plus 1. So 2 is going to come here, 2x plus 1. This is going to be x plus 1, x squared minus x plus 1. Right? So now these two are the two linear factors. Right? So basically linear factors are going to be 2x plus 1 and x plus 1. Right, so these are linear, right? So let's go to the part 2 of this. Right, so part 2 says Px, Qx. So Px and Qx are linear equations. So Px and Qx can be written as, I'm going to write this as capital AX plus B, then QX as CX plus D. Right now? So then they are saying the find the two linear expressions of Px and Qx satisfying the equation of x squared plus x plus 1 Px. So Px is this one plus x squared minus 1 Qx. So it means Cx plus D is going to be equal to what? 3x. Right now? So what I am going to do here is I am going to compare the coefficients now, right? So comparing coefficients is what I am going to do. Right, so if I compare, so there is a x cube here, we will compare the x cube. So x cube will be here a, right? So x cube can be only from this, from multiplying this two, x cube into this, so that's going to be a here, then here, so c, plus c is going to be 0, because there is no x cube there. That means a equals minus c. Then I am going to take x squared. So x squared will be coming from x squared into b, that means b is there. Then x square x into here is going to be positive a. That's all. Then this is going to be d, no, d times this. And it is also going to be 0. Correct? Then x, then it's going to be x. So that is going to be, x will be coming from x into b. That means b is there. Then 1 into a, that means a is there. Then minus 1 into c, minus c is there. That is going to be equal to 3. Right now? Okay. Then what do we have? Then we have the constant. So constant is going to be coming from 1 into b, then minus 1 into d, no? That is going to be equal to 0. That means b equals d. Right now? So I know b is equal to d, a is equal to minus c. Right? So what I am going to do here is I am going to take this second equation. If I take the second equation, so I am going to write b plus a. So d can be written as b, no? Right? So I can write b a as then I can write b as minus a over 2. So we are going to take this as, let's say, 5. Right? Then from this, so now I know b in terms of a, c in terms of a. So I am going to find a here now. So if I take the equation 3 down, so b is going to be minus a over 2 plus a, minus c is going to be minus a, will be equal to 3. Correct? So then this will come up to so minus c is going to be a, positive way. So this is going to be 3a over 2 will be equal to 3, right? So 3 to 3 is cancelled off, so a is going to be 2, right? So since a is going to be 2, c is going to be minus 2, D is going to be minus 2 over 2, no, that means minus 1. Right? Then we know from this D is also going to be minus 1. Correct, no? So then by this stuff, now we can actually write, so we can actually write this down, no? No. All pens are gone. So Px is going to be what, Ax plus B, no? So Ax is going to be 2x, what is B? Minus 1. Qx is going to be Ch plus D, what is C? Minus 2x, what is D? Minus 1. Right? So that's basically it.